Greetings, variable traders. BrendonD here. Let's take a look at Target now. This stock had earnings released today. Definitely in play. Got down quite a bit on the daily. Found a level at 67.70. Wanted to trade around that. That was kind of the consolidation point in the pre-market that it was holding. And what I noticed, I don't like to take trades before the first 5-minute candle close. So I took it at the 4-minute mark just before that close so I could get a good idea where the next candle may start, whether it's bullish or bearish, based off the 5-minute, but trading off the 1-minute. So what I noticed was I saw a nice strong buying on the way up on the 1-minute and snapped above VWAP, and I wanted to say, okay, maybe this might be an opening range breakup and could test these levels on a 5-minute. They're pretty far away, so if it's going to break up, it's going to run, and I'm doing that. But what I did was I didn't want to go long here or up here. Those would be bad entries. It definitely could pull back to the 9 or the 20, especially when they're about to cross. So I waited for a pullback, and I went long at the 20. It's also around the 9 area, so I waited for my pullback, got a great entry. My stop was around the 67.70 level, just kind of the consolidation of the pre-market. Said if it loses that, then it's gone. It was just a kind of a VWAP rejection. And so I went long there, and it was really hard to find levels besides off the 5-minute and the 1-minute. So I had a risk reward of probably around 6 to 1. I knew it was greater than 1 to 1 or 2 to 1 just because these levels, there's nothing really in sight. So I just wanted to sell some on the way up just to lock in profits. And if I thought it was an opening range breakup, that I could definitely feel safe on moving my stop to break even after scale and just let it ride. So that's what I did. I just scaled out a couple times, moved stop to break even, and wanted to get out at the 200 EMA and SMA up here especially. And that was also right around the 50 EMA on the 5-minute. A little bit early on the 5-minute, but I just, after 4 scale outs, that was enough. It wasn't profitable for me to hold 10 shares or so, what I was down to after 4 scale outs. So that was my trade on TGT. Now, later on in the day, I saw just selling off the VWAP, was trading other stuff at that time, and saw a little bit of a kind of a reverse ABCD here, just below VWAP, close below VWAP. Thought I could probably retest this area from the pre-market earlier in the morning. So I wanted to take it short just after a little bit of a pullback where the 9 was coming down, kind of treading below the 9 here, and said, all right, this is probably as close as I could have got it. It didn't really pull back any further. So I went short, and I got a little bit out, a little bit here just because it was a nice drop, and said, okay, move south to break even after I scale out. And then it was testing at 9, so it was still trending off the 9 on the 1-minute. So I said, okay, and got a little more on the next leg down. But after the volume was coming in, if you look here on this candle, and I said, let's not wait till break even. Let's just, it's definitely going to, with that volume and that large bullish 1-minute candle, it's going to crack and may retest VWAP, and that would definitely bust my stop out. So I got out all here before my stop and just locked in profit. My last trade was on PCG for today. Now, this stock was in play last week. I think a lot of you guys were trading it. But it was losing volume consistently on the daily since then, and wasn't really sure if it was in play, but still wanted to watch it and wanted to trade it with caution, especially with these huge 5-minute wicks. Just wasn't sure if it was in play. So I noticed a flat bottom pattern here that if I just show you guys real quick what that pattern looks like, it's just a kind of a grind wedge pattern, and then if it makes a new low, it just breaks down. So it's a bearish pattern, and what I wanted to do was saying, hey, why didn't you go short here below the VWAP and at these 9 and below the 20 on the 1-minute? The reason I didn't was that it could definitely easily snap up and test high day again and break through these moving averages, especially at these huge wicks on the 5-minute that looked kind of bullish. It was trending down, but definitely making higher lows and being bought up. So I didn't trust it yet. Wanted to see it break these low levels here, a little bit of consolidation points, and crack below the 200 EMA on the 1-minute. And what I noticed was big bids at the $24 mark, whole dollar mark. And once that was there, and the bids were being hit, people were jumping off the ask, and they were just selling on the bid. And what I wanted to do was throw in a target at the 200 EMA on the 5-minute and a stop at VWAP. So I had a 1-to-1 risk reward, and that's the least I'll take. So I missed this quick drop here, waited to see what it was doing. And the next time I tried another leg down, I scaled out some, moved stop to break even, and it almost hit my break even, not quite, because I just saw it just being sold off real quick here, and so I stayed in it. And the next time it just about tested the 200 EMA in the 5-minute, got out, level 2 dried up, bids were gone, and I just saw it freeze and said, okay, it's not making a new low, let's get the rest out because it definitely could pull back, and it did.